Hey guys, Alex here to give you a quick bench update on the group builds, where they are at the moment, and possibly some other few little projects here and there. Fall of the Reich is now in its final stages. This is the last figure, just ended up putting a dull coat on him this morning. There we are. One of the four Panzer Grenadiers that are going to go with the Jagdtiger. So they're all done. All I have to do now is just start up the diorama. I have the base for it, I just gotta map it all out on how I want to use it. I'm going to take here, Fall of the Reich wise, the Jagdtiger stayed the same. She's done and complete, like I showed from before. She's completely finished. This was the first model that I ever used the AK Interactive, the rust and grime streaking out from, and I gotta say it is some awesome stuff. Works really well. Definitely has my blessing. Alright, yeah, it's about where she'll stay. We're doing the Battle of Seelow Heights. Still kind of mapping out whether or not how I want to do it. Whether it be kind of like a half tank dug in trench to kind of like off side of the road and irrigation ditch with the figures. To do a follow-up on a video that I did before, I had some questions about the dioramas. I wanted to go ahead and practice with basically everyone's techniques. So here's the diorama you all made for me. The snow here, I'm going to grab some of it. I got it at my local wargaming shop. This is Citadel snow, or well, snow by the company Citadel. If you're familiar with Citadel, they do basically all paints and pigments, basically. Paints, pigments, some terrain, bases, pretty much for everything. If you play Warhammer 40k, Warhammer, geez, there's so many different tabletop games you can use this stuff for. It's amazing. Now, the only downside is if you can see how much that is kinda all that comes in this. This is about a quarter of it right here on this diorama. So, for the price, it's expensive as hell, but it does work extremely well. Yeah, let's see if we can get some focusing in on there. Come on, camera, you know you want to do it. It even goes on the tank real nice. It's like these really fine hair follicles. But when they're together, they lock together like Velcro, and it's really good. I do mind you though, if you were to use this stuff, it is, I mean, if you were to breathe on one side of the room, the whole diorama would just explode in a white mist. The way I secured all of this to the base and to the tank is, once applied it to where it was, just take, again, hairspray. It's just spray glue at that point. Just take it and go really far away from the model and just mist it, just drench it in hairspray. And it sticks completely, doesn't come off from fingers, nothing. Despite that, this stuff worked really well. I have 5 mini art Soviet tank crew at rest figures that will go with this. It is a bit big. I was going to have a Zvezda Russian supply truck about stopped or moving through, but I didn't have any figures to go with that, so it would just look like an empty shell just sitting there, and I know that tank commanders or tank crewmen wouldn't be sitting in those vehicles, at least not that I know of. But these are the I'm just doing a quick little rough draft on one of the mini art figures, and of course it comes off. Anyways, quick rough draft on the mini art figure, and just saying for modelers that like, for instance, Panzerman's Bunker, Bill, you psycho of a modeler, you amazing man. Come on now. It does not want to focus, probably because the quality is so bad on the figures. It's just, that's actually what it looks like. These figures are horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. If it wasn't for their faces being somewhat okay and their uniforms having the texture around for the collars, I would absolutely throw these out and recommend everyone throwing these out. Really trying to get focus on, let's see here. Let's see if I can get this just to really show you how just amazing Mini Art is. Come on, come on. But wait, I'm having some huge trouble here. But anyways, these black blobs, if you can go and take a look at them, those are actually supposed to be hands and fingers. And they're absolutely terrible. Let's see if I can pick them up on another one. There we go. Come on now. The camera does not want to cooperate today. There, you can kind of see it. Alright, that is actually a hand and a finger pointing. And it is just absolutely horrendous. I mean, completely horrendous. The thumb just looks like just... I don't even know how to describe that. But it's supposed to be one of the figures pointing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and kind of salvage that and make it, in a sense, gloves. But even that doesn't even really go together that well. I mean, unless all these figures ended up getting their gloves from their grandmother's house. They just stole grandma's mittens. Ah, jeez. Mini Art vehicles are okay. The T70 that I got was just a huge pain in the ass to put together. I believe Cohen built it also for his Curse Group build, which is amazing, by the way. Anyways, this is an update on the diorama that I took from everyone. So everybody in the community that had commented and basically just gave me any little thing of advice, this is your diorama just for a start. It's a rough draft. I mean, it's not that good, but have to start somewhere. So thank you all for helping me with this. Alright, quick update on the Curse Group build. Sorry for taking so long, I'm just so cluttered right now. Alright, all I have down right now is just tile grout for a base. The Panzer IV is now 100% done. If I can really get much light into there, but the pigmenting's done. And Cohen ended up making a video for McLeod in one of his older how-tos on battle damage. And what I ended up doing for the battle damage is follow the advice completely, is took a Dremel tool with grinder heads on it, put it down to the lowest setting, and then I couldn't handle putting my finger on the actual drill itself. It just burned like a mother. So I just took a glove, held it down, slowed it down even some more, and then did ricochets. Let me go ahead and get that. I'm doing ricochets, and then afterwards, this is the last thing I did on the model completely. If you were to do this, it was the after pigments, after everything, this was the absolute last spot I did. And all I did was took is it AK? No, I'm sorry. Vallejo soot, and then just kind of mixed it with some fixer already to kind of got it a little pasty, and then just dabbed it. Go ahead and see if you can get it a little better. Let's see here, camera, you are not cooperating at all today, are you? There we are. Yeah, it's got some ricochet marks. Had more of the Schutzen that are getting blasted off and hitting the turret itself. Another turret shot. On the tank itself, we have strike there and a strike there and a ricochet that ended up striking off the hull of the tank and just bashed itself into the driver compartment, of which it's the reason why our poor friend is not getting out of the tank. And then the fatal incapacitation wound, of which the tracks are done. This is just Dragon's Magic tracks laid out and just tightly packed with, I believe I used cotton swabs for this. I can get it. Fatal wound was there, just a huge, massive, just explosion happened, which just completely destroyed the tracks. And I have the four front road wheels all knocked out of whack. So the tank's done. figures are done, and unfortunately it's been raining constantly for the past few days over here in South Florida, and I've been unable to retrieve anything close to dry dirt. So now I'm gonna have to, I gotta come up with other ways to make 1/35th scale dirt for the diorama, and then after that we'll go ahead and put on some paint, pigments, some static grass, or whatever the hell I need to put on there, and then you'll have a terrified tank crew running away from their destroyed beautiful Panzer IV. Alrighty guys, I think that about sums it up for now. Oh, another thing too, on Panzerman Bill, thank you for putting out there about Ryan Christner's group build, and he's just starting up. And Ryan, if you'd go check out this video, buddy, real glad to see you on there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna join the group build, but until we get more information, I'm all for it. I'll go ahead and I'll put in my entry now pretty much if I go ahead and start it up. I'll do Tamiya's British Army medium tank, the M3 Grant Mark 1. This is a Tamiya's 70s masterpiece model kit. This model actually came out in 1974. Took a quick look inside. I'll do a kit review on this, and it's really, really, really nice. So, Ryan, buddy, if you're watching this, go ahead. Subbed, everything completely behind you and fully on this, buddy. Glad to see you in the community. Glad to see everybody in the community. Please help him out. I'll go ahead and put I'll have a link to his channel in the description. And alright, hopefully we can go ahead and get him started. Everybody can go ahead and build a nice British vehicle, British tank, plane, figure, truck, car, anything. British Armed Forces group build. Alright guys, that's all I gotta go ahead and say for now. I'll go ahead and do a kit review on the M3. And until then, see you on the battlefield.